Quick note, we at Byte are going to be starting up a new mobile channel called Byte Mobile. We'll provide a link to it in the description and the pinned comment, so come subscribe if you're interested in even more Byte goodness. February is actually off to a pretty good start. Lots of positive news for a change, something that is always a refreshing change to receive. So sit back, make sure your underwear is over your pants like every good superhero does, and let's fly into this week's Byte of MMORPG news. I haven't covered Legends of Aria much over the last few months, and that's because it was seemingly going along smoothly. That changed earlier this week, though. Citadel Studios had promised that they would steer very clear of pay-to-win in their game, as they had wanted to bring back the theme of an old-school sandbox MMO that every dev and their mother seem to believe we need right now. So you can understand why fans of the game were taken a little aback when they announced some of the items that would be added to their cash shop. Originally, the team stated that the only items in the cash shop would be cosmetic, but as of this week, they have plans to add potions that speed up skill acquisition and stones that allow you to store your skills, swapping them in and out at any time. While not inherently pay to win, it is the beginning of what could be considered a very pay to win cash up in the future, especially since it contradicts what was promised when fans crowdfunded the game. Derek Brinkman, the project lead for Legends of Aria, stated that upon deep reflection, we have come to the conclusion that it's not the right way to avoid pay to win for this game. Yeah. Offering only cosmetic items as opposed to giving advantages to paying players is definitely not the way to avoid pay to win. Putting items in the cash shop that allow players to get further ahead with less time invested is a step in the right direction. I 100% wholeheartedly concur with that thought. Oh wait, no I don't. This is a terrible decision, and as such, a lot of players are already claiming that they're seeking refunds and fans are abandoning the game in troves. Good job, Citadel. Proving once again that game developers do not know the first thing about what we want. Another MMO I haven't really covered is Albion Online, and this one's a pretty big announcement to boot. Albion Online is introducing new randomized dungeons to the game in the form of their new Oberon update. Players will be able to seek out completely randomized dungeons scattered throughout the game world that they can subsequently tackle with up to 4 other players. The entrances to these dungeons, as you know, should have been evidently clear, are completely random and spawn with a timer upon entering. If you've played World of Warcraft, then they function similarly to Mythic Plus dungeons. You enter, then they have a timer that you race against attempting to beat the clock for amazing rewards. There is new loot, enemies, and a lot of expansion planned for this feature in the future, so keep your eyes peeled and get hunting. Speaking of hunting, I got some pretty cool Dauntless news for those of you that weren't aware. In December, Phoenix Labs announced that it was attempting to bring cross-compatibility between the PC version of the game, the Xbox One version, and the PS4 version, allowing players to play with one another regardless of the platform they use. This is a very daunting, and don't mind the pun, task to undertake, and as such, Phoenix Labs have taken to working with Epic and their Epic Games Store to achieve this. In more surprising news, though, Phoenix Labs also have plans on releasing Dauntless on both the Switch and mobile devices. Whether or not they will feature cross-compatibility between platforms remains to be seen, but I will keep you guys updated. Have you ever wanted to play an old school pixel game, something like Chrono Trigger or Suikoden, but as an MMO? Well, then you might be in luck. Azusa RP launched on Steam on the 30th and is just like the aforementioned games, but played as an MMO. And while I have yet to play this game in any capacity, the game's creator, Victor Luis Santos, has stated that it has extensive character customization, various unlockable races, jobs, multi-generational characters, player-built cities, playable villains, and more.
Start as a civilian, a fighter, or a master, and end as a king or a god.
The entire game is player-generated, providing various dungeons and villages that other users create themselves. And finally, if you so desire, you can play as the villain and bring down ruin onto everything other players create, which, admittedly, I guess it kind of makes me worry about the game's future, because there are a lot of trolls that want to and like to mess with people and destroy everything they build and create. So, COG Games, the team behind the upcoming action MMO Kurtzpel, have just opened global registrations for their next stage of testing. Additionally, COG have updated their official Steam page for the game in preparation for a Q1 2019 release. Although not much has been expanded on, we have been gifted with not only a new trailer, but also a fully functional official website. So guys, if you were looking into getting into the game, especially in the next couple months, registration is now available. Man, I wish I could like go more than a week without talking about Black Desert Online, but that just doesn't really seem like much of a reality. Regardless, the Lunar New Year begun in BDO on Wednesday and brought with it a plethora of events and new features. The Cakewalk, Serbianka's Kovres, and Momore Hunt events. Yeah, I've given up trying to pronounce the names of things in Black Desert. More importantly though, BDO introduced the new Devour system, allowing players to convert previously enhanced gear into enhancement chances. Weapons must be +8 and armor must be +6 to actually use though. Additionally, a new privacy mode has been added to the game, allowing you to hide your online presence from other players, which is a completely useless feature because it just allows you to hide your online status. That's it. But I mean, hey, they deemed this feature necessary for some reason. Yeah. The most important update this month though, and an update that was overlooked by the BDO team themselves along with pretty much every other gaming news website, was the change to the Battle Royale mode, or more importantly, the rewards for it. To sum this up real quick though, you gain additional rewards for landing in the final 20 players if you have a Kama Sylvia's Blessing buff active. The buff just so happens to be a cash shop item that is purchasable for $24 monthly. It provides by itself an energy regen and an increase to loot drops. But providing players additional rewards if they pay for them, yeah, that is, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, shady as fuck and a real scumbag thing to do. I am very disappointed with this move. I don't really want to hate on this game because I honestly haven't played it yet, but holy shit, Bethesda's mishandling of the game is almost incomparable to anything I have seen from such a normally semi-competent developer. Since Fallout 76 launched, they have scrambled time and time again to fix the insane amount of bugs that have plagued the game, and with their most recent patch, well, suffice it to say that the community has not taken too lightly to it. The update actually undid a large amount of work that had been done fixing issues, reintroducing many bugs such as the ability to duplicate items and nerfs that were just unwarranted. Players still actively playing Fallout 76 have taken to Reddit to voice their displeasure, with many claiming that they have finally washed their hands with the game after repeated disappointment. Which, you know, is completely understandable. Fallout 76 has been an absolute mess, and I really don't know if the game is even salvageable at this point. For those of you playing the mobile port of MapleStory, MapleStory M, you might be excited to know that Nexon recently received a large content update that brought with it 3 new Explorer classes to the game. The Archmage that focuses on lightning and ice magic, the Hero that wields large two-handed weapons, and the Shadower. Yes, the Shadower, that is legit its name, which is a dagger-wielding rogue-like class called the Shadower. You really gotta wonder where these people come up with these names. Additionally, new class growth support events along with the Lunar New Year events are now in place, along with a new system called Emblem Enhancement, allowing players the ability to extract emblem tracers from elite items. So if you want to participate in any of these events, especially the leveling event taking place right now, now is your chance. This one has had its fair share of drama over the last year. See, Guardians of Ember originally launched on Steam as a buy-to-play MMORPG before being removed from Steam due to the publisher actually manipulating Steam reviews. Since then, Gameforge has bought rights to publish it, and we all know the kinds of games Gameforge publishes. Only the highest quality, of course. So, for those of you that want to try out an alternative to Path of Exile, which is probably no one, then Guardians of Ember is available to play completely for free right now. I don't know why the publishers keep taking dead games and trying to milk them. Like, please, come on, guys, just let them die. For anime fans, Switch fans, or both, you may find this one of interest to you. The free-to-play anime MMORPG Onigiri launched onto the Switch on January 31st and has additional plans of expanding their release onto Steam sometime this month. The team behind Onigiri have stated that they have plans on making the games playable cross-platform, with Steam players and Switch players sharing the same servers as one another. The game is currently available on the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. However, the new release on the Steam and the Switch will not work cross-platform with any of those, as they have a different server. For those interested in what the game is like, we have done videos on it in the past, so we'll include a link to it both in the description and the pinned comment. I don't really do videos on superhero themed MMOs because there just aren't really any noteworthy ones in production, or at the very least far enough through production to be worth noting. However, recently Ship of Heroes' boss, Casey McGeever, released an update on the forums revealing what they're currently working on. Superpowers, animation, lag, missions, effects, costumes, and leveling. They're also contemplating if and when they'll be able to open Apotheosis City up for alpha or beta testing. Finally, McGeever told players that Ship of Heroes is roughly where City of Heroes was at a similar time in terms of development. Speaking of new superhero-themed MMOs, which actually seems to be a slight theme to this week's news video, City of Titans just released info in the form of a Twitter post as well. In 2018, City of Titans suffered a large setback when they lost 3 whole months worth of data. Regardless, they continued hard at work attempting to catch up to where they were prior to that disastrous event that occurred. As of January 31st, 2019, the team behind City of Titans are happy to announce that they are all caught up and even finalizing their alpha test server for players to finally jump in and take the game out for a ride. That's 2 superhero-themed MMOs for the price of 1. Honestly, hopefully one of these games can fill the void people have that DC Universe Online and Champions Online just are unable to fill. And there's probably more than that I missed somewhere, but that pretty much sums up everything that happened over the course of the last week, at least that I'm aware of. If there's something I missed, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing to my channel over here, checking out another video, or following both WIGGY and I on Twitter at ByteStix or ByteWIGGY to just chat or hang out.